Hi guys, it's me Jackie, and today I want to just talk about my November TBR. We will see how successful I am at this. I am such a mood reader, so it's like anytime I make a TBR, I'll read like one book off of that and I'll just pull random books that I find that were not on my list. I also just want to point out I'm wearing my butterbeer shirt. I love this shirt. So I can't guarantee that this video is going to be up at the beginning of November when it should be. It might come out middle November, but it should be out sometime in November. I've got a few books on my list here today that I want to talk to you guys about. The first one is The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. You're probably shocked I have not read this yet when the rest of the world has read it a million years ago. So this is steeped in snow and also Russian folklore. It follows our main character, Vasilisa. So this is a retelling. I know you're shocked. I'm actually 98% sure that everyone watching this has probably heard of this book, so I'm gonna make it really quick here. Oh, this takes place in medieval Russia in a cabin in a pile of snow. I am really in the mood to read this since we got a bunch of snow dumped on us not that while ago and we are due to get some more. I don't know why I put this off for so long because I literally live for fairy tale retellings. Like, they are my most favorite books, especially like historical adult fairy tale retellings. Like, I just can't get enough of them. I literally can't. So I don't know why I put this off for so long. So basically Vasilisa grows up listening to her nursemaids' fairy tales, and there is winter demon in the middle of the woods, so kind of like Nightwalkers from Game of Thrones, I guess. I am very loosely familiar with the tales of Father Frost, Vasilisa the Beautiful, so I'm not 100% sure what's going to be similar and what's going to be different from the actual tale, but I know that this is super atmospheric for when we are approaching wintertime. So that's probably going to be the first book I pick up this month, so you'll probably hear me talking about it before long on my Goodreads and Instagram. All the places I talk about it. So next up I've got The Flower of the Witch. I just purchased this for our library graphic novel collection. Mostly because I really wanted to read it, but I also think that people at our library will read it as well. This is also another really atmospheric wintry fantasy read. This follows our main character Tammy, who has traveled far from his home in the south. He's forbidden to return home until he has become a man. It's a coming of age story, so basically he's like saved princesses and defeated monsters, but that's not quite enough. He's got to find the fabled flower of the witch. So basically he ends up sparking a feud between himself and the villagers who shelter him. And so anyways, conflict comes to head and Tammy will have to choose between proving himself as a man and protecting the villagers he's come to love. This is like a fantasy historical graphic novel. I am excited to read it. So next up I've got another graphic novel. This one is called Something is Killing the Children. This was supposed to make it into my October TBR but never did, so here it is. So basically what happens is these children of Archer's Peak, which is a sleepy town in the heart of America, go missing. So the children never return, but the ones that do have terrible stories, impossible details of terrifying creatures that live in the shadows. Their only hope of finding and eliminating the threat is the arrival of a mysterious stranger. Our main character, protagonist, hero of the story is named Erica Slaughter. She kills monsters. Surprise, surprise. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna read this. It looks spooky for this dark time of year, I guess. So next up, I've got The 10,000 Doors of January by Alex E. Harrow. So this is a historical fiction, fantasy, adult novel that contains magical realism. It follows our main character, January Scholar. So she is technically a curiosity herself. She is in Mr. Locke's sprawling mansion as his ward. She feels largely ignored and out of place here at this mansion, but then she finds a strange book. So I guess each page that she turns reveals another impossible truth. I find that description to be like vague, but just enough. So this is a debut novel and it's got like incredible reviews on Goodreads. I've heard that it's just gorgeous, and I mean, look at the cover. So this has been on my TBR for quite a few months, so I'm hoping to soon actually get to it. Next up we've got Things in Jars by Jess Kidd. So this is another historical fiction fantasy set in Victorian times. It is also a mystery. So this follows Brittany Devine, who is a female detective. She's confronted with a very baffling puzzle where a young girl named Christabel has gone missing, and she is a peculiar child who has reputed supernatural powers. So she may have collected the unwanted attention of collectors trading curiosities in this age of discovery. So basically winding her way through Victorian London, Brittany won't stop until she finds the young girl. So I guess her search includes like a whole band of people who she meets who help her on her quest to find Christabel. So there's a 7-foot tall housemaid, there is a ghost covered in tattoos. So I thought this would be a great read for this time of year as well. So next up I've got Farmer Boy, which is the second book in the Laura Ingalls Wilder series, Little House in the Big Woods, which I will be listening to through audio. Next up I've got The Time of Green Magic by Hilary McKay. So this is a middle grade fantasy novel which follows our main character Abby. She moves with her father and new step family into a cabin in the woods, which is an eerie like old house, and brings a not so imaginary friend into the picture. The reason I've got some of these books not with me here is because they are on the way here for me through the library, so they are coming for me to read, they're just not quite here yet. So next up I've got I Will Judge You by Your Bookshelf by Grant Snyder. This is a graphic novel for book lovers. So in this lighthearted collection, our author explores bookishness, and this builds on the comics that are actually on his website. So this just seems like the perfect graphic novel to just make those of us who love books feel all warm and fuzzy inside and feel connected to other people and artists and authors who love books as much as us. The last book I'm going to talk about today is The Girl in the Witch's Garden by Erin Bowman, and so this follows our main character, Piper Peavy. So she is spending her summer vacation at Mallory Estate. So this is more of like a spring summer read, but it looks like a Studio Ghibli novel, which I think is pretty cool. Mysterious group of children call Mallory Estate home. There's a rumor that Melina M. Mallory, the owner of the estate and Piper's grandmother, is a witch. Is she a witch? Is she not a witch? We will find out. And so this is a middle grade fantasy novel, one of my favorite things to read. Okay guys, so thanks for watching. These are my November reading plans. I've already got my December books on the way too, so I'm gonna get to that soon. Lots of Christmassy books. I've got lots of like little lists as we approach Christmas time, like my baking list, my decoration list. I'm actually making all of my own decorations this year, so I want to make sure that I've got like Little Women and other Christmassy classics, so we'll get to that one at its time. So thanks for watching, stay tuned for more bookish videos, and happy reading!